Before gospel was celebrated worldwide, there was Mahalia Jackson, a woman whose voice could break through despair like sunlight through clouds. Born in 1911 in New Orleans, she sang not just to entertain but to heal hearts. Her performance of Move On Up a Little Higher in 1947 sold millions of copies, becoming one of the best selling gospel records in history. She sang at the March on Washington in 1963, just before Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. delivered his I Have a Dream speech. Mahilia's voice was more than music, it was a call to courage for the generation. Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul with gospel roots, long before she became the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin was a little girl singing in the Father Church in Detroit. Gospel wasn't just her start, it was a foundation of the artistry. Her 1972 live album Amazing Grace remained one of the most successful gospel albums of that all time. When Aretha sang, whether it was respect or a hymn, she sang with the conviction of someone who has learned to lift every note heavenward. Her gospel performance was not just concerts, they were worship experiences. Kirk Franklin, the gospel innovator. When Kirk Franklin burst onto the scene in 1990s, gospel music changed forever. He blended traditional church harmonies with hip-hop beats, R&B rhymes, and sheer power. Songs like Storm and Looking for You broke gospel out of the church walls onto mainstream charts. Critics called him controversial, but Kirk's mission was simple: bringing the message of God to the streets, the clubs, and the headphones of young people who might never step into the sanctuary. And he did, winning countless awards inspiring the new generation. Yolanda Adams, the first lady of modern gospel, with a voice that could soar over orchestras and a heart rooted in faith, Yolanda Adams became one of the most beloved gospel singers of the modern era. She crossed genres with grace, appearing on mainstream stages while never losing her spiritual center. Songs like Open My Heart reached people who didn't even consider themselves religious, become Yolanda's delivery, made you feel the presence of something bigger than yourself. James Cleveland, the king of gospel. If gospel has an architect, it would be James Cleveland. Known as the king of gospel, he revolutionized sheer music by blending contemporary arrangement with the raw, heartfelt traditions of the church. He founded the Gospel Music Workshop of America, training thousands of singers and musicians. Through his work, gospel became not just style but a powerful cultural movement that reached across generations. Donnie McClurkin, the voice of testimony. Donnie McClurkin's life was filled with pain, loss, and struggle, but he turned it into the testimony that touched millions. His hit Stand wasn't just a song, it was a message for anyone who felt broken. With over 10 million albums sold, Donnie's voice became a symbol of survival and faith, reminding listeners that no matter how hard life gets, you can still stand. Shirley Caesar, the First Lady of Gospel. For over 6 decades, Shirley has preached, sung, and inspired. Her songs often feel like mini sermons, filled with storytelling, humor, and deep truth. With 12 Grammy Awards, her legacy is unmatched. Whether it was Hold My Mule or Jesus, I Love Calling Your Name, Shirley's energy could make even the shyest person shout Amen. CeCe Winans, the grace and power. CeCe Winans is more than just a voice, she is vessel for peace. With over 12 Grammy Awards and 20 Dove Awards, she is one of the most awarded gospel artists in history. Her duets with Whitney Houston and her timeless solo hits prove that gospel can touch every corner of the music industry while standing true to its message of love and salvation. Tasha Cobbs Leonard, breaking chains into worship. When Tasha Cobbs Leonard sings Break Every Chain, it feels like something actually breaks inside you. Fear, doubt, hopelessness, he represents the new wave of gospel worship leaders whose music is raw, powerful, and deeply personal. A blend of modern worship and traditional gospel reminds the world that God's power is as real now as it has ever been. Legacy beyond music. These gospel legends weren't just entertainers, they were storytellers, truth tellers, and soul healers. They proved that music can be a weapon against despair, a comfort in times of pain, and a bridge between people from all walks of life. From the foot stomping churches of the South to the biggest arenas in the world, gospel music continues to move people, body, and soul.